My first time ever being arrested was when I was 13 years old, and that was for stealing a car. A couple months down the line, I was arrested again, but this time I stole a gun. So I'm making bad decisions. I'm making real bad decisions and really didn't have any positive role models to look up to. So my brother died in 2005 when he went to a cabaret and someone decided to shoot inside the truck that they were in. And my brother ended up getting shot in the head and he ended up getting killed. So at 16 years old, I was awarded to the state and taken away from my home. And here I am, following the same people, making very poor choices. And I was busted for selling drugs April of 2008. And with the long track record I had from when I was a juvenile, the judge basically said, he hasn't learned anything over the last couple years. He has done this, this, and this. We're going to sentence him to 70 months in prison. For you guys, good, guys that good at mathematics, 70 months, 6 years in prison. Man, I was placed in the hole for 3 months. When I went in the hole, you in there by yourself. It's a little cube box. And I was lost. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who to turn to. I was released from prison after 4 years. I was released at 23 years old. He is working on me. So here I am in college now. Now I feel like, okay, I'm here. I'm going to start doing better. And this is when all the opportunities start opening up for me. I was a walk-on to my school, and I made the basketball team. I went from being the 15th player at my college to being the captain of the basketball team, the star of the basketball team, and just like, all these doors started opening up for me. I ended up graduating with my associate's degree in 2014. God is real. A change finally happened in my life. I'm a criminal justice major, so I came from being a juvenile who was stealing cars, not listening to his parent, to stealing guns, to making all of these wrong decisions, to being the most hated kid sometimes, to being the kid that you do not want around your kids. That was me. I was the kid that this kid cannot come into our house. You gotta leave him outside on the porch. That was me. We all know them type of kids, right? Now I'm that person who people come to for advice. I'm that person that people come to talk to their kids because I have a unique story. I'm the person that people come to just to, get a sense of relief. I was being as honest as I can with God. I'm confused. I don't want to go back to the old me. And of course, nothing was, nobody was talking through the speaker saying, okay, Terrence, this is what you need to do. Nonprofit organization popped up in my head out of nowhere. I've never thought about doing that ever in life. Everything just, began to fold and everything began to fall in place when I put all my focus and beliefs in God. 2 months ago, my youngest brother was killed. 2 months ago. So my youngest brother, he was 18 years old. He was killed in Oklahoma, and he was also shot in the head. Even though this was very hard on me, I handled this way better because I'm in a place in my life where I feel like God got me. The reason that I started this nonprofit organization is because I want to be able to step in and help kids and change their lives. The name of our nonprofit organization is called Youth United for Purpose. And that name just stuck out to me and Tony because that's what it's all about. It's all about uniting the youth. Right now, we are here to help each other. And that's what Youth United for Purpose is here to do. We're here to make this change in everyone's life. And we're here to build leaders in the community. And we want to build a camp in the state of Missouri where kids will be able to come and they'll be able to get mentored and we'll be able to teach kids skills. Communities are suffering from a lot of different things, whether it's, kids just picking the wrong crowd to hang with and using drugs and starting off a lot of things early. We as a community, we need to come together.
I come from a single parent home, kind of like Terrence. My mom raised me and my 3 other siblings and I was the oldest, so probably got blamed for everything as the oldest. You got to carry that burden a little bit. Being the oldest in a single parent household especially, you kind of have to grow up a little quicker than say if you have both parents in the house. I kind of had to be the man of the house most of the time. My father was incarcerated when I was born, in and out of prison while I was growing up. And so I never really had that father figure like I always wanted to have, My grandpa did what he can, but he's not there all the time. And mom's at work and I'm at school and kind of like Terrence, hanging around with the wrong crowd. We grew up in the project housing. One day, me and my brothers playing outside, my mom said, could you go and grab us something to eat from around the corner? They had this Chinese place with great chicken, man. It was fried chicken. It was super. So she said, go around the corner and get us something to eat. This was probably her last $10 she had on her until she got paid the next week. So I said, okay, I'm riding my bike around there. I get there, get the chicken. I'm going back, and while I'm going back home, the bag that the chicken and stuff was in was rubbing against my bike tire, right? You know, when I'm almost home, the chicken and everything just falls out of the bag, you know? And just keep in mind, like I said, my mom didn't have any money at all. You know, that was it for her. So I'm on my way back. I'm like, man, how am I gonna explain this? Should I go and pick it up and not tell them? Maybe eat some dirty chicken or something? I got back home and I told my mom, and she immediately just burst out crying. Man, that's still one of the toughest things I ever had to watch. She might have yelled at me a little bit. At that point in my life, I knew that I had to do something. The next day, we lived in the neighborhood next to all the drug dealers, next to the guys who, you know, toting pistols every day. You know, we lived in that environment. The next day, I know the guy that next door to us. I know he was pretty big in drugs and stuff like that. So I said, man, what do I have to do to get some more money? You know, my mom's struggling. It's not good right now. I wasn't the best at that criminal stuff. It was terrible. So I tried it, did it for a little while. Immediately, I just knew it wasn't for me. Around that time, my dad got locked up again. You know, we were just getting back, trying to develop a relationship together. He went back to jail again, and at that point, I said, all of these signs are coming. This is not for you. I started playing basketball, you know, and I feel like basketball really saved me. You know, I could have went far left, or I could have went ahead and played basketball. I got a scholarship to play basketball, graduated, got my criminal justice degree, and now I'm a deputy juvenile officer. I see firsthand what these kids struggle with on a daily, and it's hard to watch sometimes, and it's even harder that I have to be the law, and I have to lock kids up when I need to. I have to give them all these consequences. So when Terrence brought this idea up to me of the nonprofit organization, hey, you know, we both have pretty unique stories. We come from nothing, you know, and we can kind of help kids who come from that same background, and also help kids who come up in a better environment, kind of do better in life and help them achieve their goals. Youth United for Purpose, we're here. We hope to create a lot of change in the youth and the community.